Hello Ospreys, I'm Kylie Kidd.
And I'm Nathan Dean. This week on Nest News, we look at some doors that are not closing.
And a winemaker, a CEO, and a test Proctor's scandal.
Nest News starts right now.
New this morning, a man in his late 20s was charged with murder connections to the shooting at 2 New Zealand mosques. 3 other people have also been taken into custody.
The attack left at least 49 people dead and even more seriously injured, according to CNN.
I want to start by saying that we are currently dealing with an unprecedented situation in New Zealand. It's very grave, it's very serious. We have dealt with an active shooter situation. We have multiple fatalities. They occurred in 2 locations, 2 mosques in Christchurch. 4 are in custody, 3 are men and 1 a woman. 1 is a woman, as I understand it.
And he came in to pass 1 person, and he have short man, 160 meters, and he have helmet, and he have given the glasses, and he is a dress of the military, and he is a gun, machine gun of the M16 Plug 1, and is a seat belt of the another gun, bullet, and he passed. I say, hey, what are you doing? And not talk me. He looking and not talk me. He is starting. He starting shooting, and the people of the changing the shoes and the shooting, and me, I'm running. That's after that he go inside and he go one by one. Everybody killing, and some people died.
Many of those who will have been directly affected by this shooting may be migrants to New Zealand. They may even be refugees here. They have chosen to make New Zealand their home, and it is their home. They are us. The person who has perpetuated this violence against us is not. They have no place in New Zealand. There is no place in New Zealand for such acts of extreme and unprecedented violence.
A strange, tall box with red ink on it appeared outside Osprey Hall earlier this week. Let's take a look with reporter Hannah Lee.
Students are concerned after a box placed here in front of Osprey Hall contained disturbing messages written in red ink. The University Police Department responded to a call about a suspicious white box covered in red and had the words "No one believes in me" and other worrisome messages. 2 witnesses came forward and told police they saw a woman carry the box and believed it could have been an art project. However, students who saw the box said it was deeply concerning.
I saw a box and it looked like it had blood on it, so at first I was really scared because I thought it was real blood. But it was just paint and it had words on it, the universe is always one step ahead of me. Just really negative things, and I feel really bad for the person who probably did that because I feel it was kind of a cry for help.
Just a box, a whole bunch of people were gathered around it, so I just took a quicker look and I read some of the things on it. It was a little creepy, but I heard someone mention it was an art project, so.
It was kind of scary to look at. It was kind of vulgar, so. But whoever that person was, I hope they get help, if anything.
I think it was an art project that maybe someone left out just to scare some people, get some things stirred up. I'm not sure though.
For more updates on this story, check out unfspinnaker.com. This has been Hannah Lee with Spinnaker News.
And the words on the box may be lyrics to "No One Believes Me" by rapper Kid Cudi. Nonetheless, UPD was called and confiscated the box. Although the investigation is ongoing, no further information has been released.
Much of UNF will be getting a facelift in the near future. The remodel of Chick-fil-A has been in the development stage since last September, and construction should be complete in May of 2019. We are also going to see a new outdoor swimming pool, permanent bleachers for all the softball field, and a new honors dorm. Stay up to date with all of these at unfspinnaker.com.
College acceptance is usually based on performance or merit, but 50 people from Hollywood stars to top CEOs are accused of taking part in a bribery scandal to admit underqualified students into top universities. Reporter Cameron Visconti sat down with Karen Lucas here at UNF to get her take on this situation.
My name is Karen Lucas, and I'm the Interim Associate Vice President of Enrollment Services. I think this issue is really an issue of status. I think it was more of a parental issue. These parents wanted to be able to say, my child got into an exclusive elite institution. From what I've read, many of the students didn't know that there had been influence on their behalf. So I really think of it as more of a status issue. A big part of what we are all responsible for doing as administrators is protecting the brand and the reputation of the institution. And all of these institutions have suffered greatly as a result of certain people's greed.
And some participants go as far as to Photoshop their kids and spend millions of dollars. More on who was involved is coming up later in the show.
The Department of Communication has officially been renamed to the School of Communication. This change reflects the increasing size and importance of the program. The school is one of only 4 accredited communications colleges in Florida to be accredited and offers degrees in communications, journalism, advertising, video production, and more.
Students have realized that some of the doors at the crossings don't fully close, leaving the room open for anyone to walk in. Here's more on an incident that took place Monday night.
About a month ago, there was a robbery in Crossings Building R. The cause? Police say the doors don't shut completely. Turns out several students had the same exact problem. Although this may not seem like a problem at first glance, it poses a threat to students who don't double check their doors before leaving.
I see why, because the doors sometimes they don't fully lock, and it's in and out each week here and there that will fully close, and then sometimes it won't close. I feel like they should, try to make the lock system work better so you don't have to always worry about it.
But not only is this happening in Crossings, it's also happening in Villages and Cove.
A little bit of personal safety issue with my dorm being right here. It's something I'm aware of, but I never really thought about it. I do think there should be a statement issued just for the safety of all of us, living on the 3rd floor here.
Director of UNF Housing says it's very important for students to check that their doors close right behind them. He also says that it's important to file maintenance requests if you think that you have a problem with your door, including latch or lock problems. This is Heidi Ortiz for Spinnaker News.
The university has not made any more comments on the situation, but again advises residents to check to make sure that the doors are completely shut when they leave.
After the break, we have more on the college entrance scandal.
And Selena Gomez has some plans, but you'll find out more about that after the break.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let me tell you a little bit about the STEM. My name's Lee Gia. My friends and I have done some amazing things on this show, like flying through hurricanes, or driving Teslas, or swimming with manatees, or even floating in zero gravity. We film these things and bring them here, to the world's next great science and space show. That's where the STEM comes in. We go on adventures as an excuse to learn something. The universe is a pretty big place. There's a lot to learn, a lot that's interesting to learn. Over the next year or so, we'll be riding in the centrifuge, farm in the heart of New York City, fly a spaceship, fly President Harry Truman's Air Force One, launch some rockets, catch some rockets. Nice! Shoot video at the speed of light. Our world and universe are there, waiting to be explored. The question is, what are you waiting for?
Well, new music, some scandals and celebrity talk, and the Avengers.
All this and more on your Pop Culture Rundown.
On Thursday, a brand new trailer released for the upcoming blockbuster film, Avengers Endgame. About a year ago, Avengers Infinity War was released and was a huge hit, receiving overwhelmingly positive reviews and over $2 billion in the box office.
Avengers Endgame is set to release on April 26, 2019. The movie should be an even bigger hit, as many questions from previous films could potentially be answered.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this film. You seen Infinity War?
No, I haven't seen any.
Haven't seen Infinity War? What is going on here?
I'm sorry. Actress, model, and producer Lori Loughlin was taken into FBI custody earlier Wednesday morning, after her and over 40 others are charged with college admission cheating scam.
According to ET, Lachlan and her husband were allegedly paying to have their two daughters, Olivia and Isabella, to be looked at as recruits for the University of Southern California's row team.
According to the FBI spokeswoman, Lachlan is scheduled to be booked at the Metropolitan Detention Center with the date to be announced.
It's a shame you see students getting in just by buying themselves in, but they weren't even on the row team. They were just saying they were on the row team. So.
Selena Gomez announced Tuesday that her new record is on the way, but she is a little nervous about it. She went on Instagram Live saying, quote, "These next few choices that I'm going to make are very crucial," close the quote. This would be Gomez's first full album since Revival back in 2015.
Throughout the 4-year span, Gomez has been working out, hiking, and spending time with hometown friends. She has taken this time to ground herself and stay close to her backgrounds.
Coming up, Drew McDonald has our sports report.
And Kara Jackson gives us our weather forecast.
You're watching Nest News on Spinnaker TV.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let me tell you a little bit about the STEM. My name's Lee Gia. My friends and I have done some amazing things on this show, like flying through hurricanes, or driving Teslas, or swimming with manatees, or even floating in zero gravity. We film these things and bring them here, to the world's next great science and space show. That's where the STEM comes in. We go on adventures as an excuse to learn something. The universe is a pretty big place. There's a lot to learn. A lot that's interesting to learn. Over the next year or so, we'll be riding in the centrifuge, farm in the heart of New York City, fly a spaceship, fly President Harry Truman's Air Force One, launch some rockets, catch some rockets. Nice! Shoot video at the speed of light. Our world and universe are there, waiting to be explored. The question is, what are you waiting for?
As we slowly leave the basketball season, baseball and softball is coming in to take the spotlight.
That's correct, and Drew McDonald has what's exciting with sports.
Thanks, y'all. After a 4-game winning streak, the Ospreys women's basketball team fell in a 65-51 loss in the ASUN semifinals to Liberty. After a hot start in the first half, led by Adrian Jackson's 16 points, the Ospreys offense went cold in the second half, only scoring 10 points. The Ospreys finished scoring in double digits in the loss. This is one of the most memorable seasons for UNF women's basketball because they finished with a 10-8 record, their best as a Division I program. The UNF baseball team won a road matchup with Bethune-Cookman in front of a crowd of 78 fans. The final score was 3-1 as Nick Marchese hurled 6 innings of 1-run ball, and Eddie Miller threw 3 shot innings of relief, continuing his scoreless hot streak. The Ospreys are home this weekend to take on Columbia University, starting on Friday, March 15th at 6:05 p.m. In other news, Jacksonville Jaguars have finally found a quarterback. Earlier this week, the Jags signed former Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles to a 4-year, $88 million contract. I'll also hype fans up, though. We'll just say goodbye to the Blake Bortles era, a.k.a. the BOAT. He had a good run, but it's now time for the no-picks Nick era. I'm Drew McDonald, and that's your sports report. Remember to follow UNF Spinnaker and Spinnaker Sports for all of your sports needs. Also follow yours truly on social media at RunDMC_912.
Thank you so much, Drew. You know, I got to say, Kylie, it's been pretty nice here the last couple of days, but it's starting to get cooler as we're heading towards the spring break.
It may be, but I'm not going to let that put a damper on my spring break plans. Let's go to Kara Jackson with more for weather.
Thanks, Kylie and Nathan. Today is going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 80 and a low of 63. Over the weekend, we see some rain with highs in the mid-60s and lows in the low 50s. Monday and Tuesday are cloudy again with highs in the upper 60s this time and lows in the lower 50s again. After all that, we start to warm up on Thursday with some sunny weather with a high of 69 and a low of 48. This has been your weather update. I'm Kara Jackson. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Kara. Well, that's all we have for you today, Ospreys.
Thank you so much for joining us this week, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, both at UNF Spinnaker.
And as always, while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter at unfspinnaker.com.
Our next show will be Friday, March 29th.
Have a great spring break. We'll see you next time, Ospreys. Swoop!